Good Sunday morning, everybody. How you doing on this fine, beautiful Sunday? I'm Andy Vitale, host of My Fight Our War, and just actually hitting a few other of our sites here and sending this out, which was very unexpected to go on again. Story of my life, whatever, man. As far as jumping on here doing lives, actually, right now I should be at uh, at the gym, but not all things go the way you want, right? My mind said yes, my back said no. So, for once, I'm kind of listening to my body and taking a little time when needed and not pushing as much. But that's okay. You know what? It's life. It's a beautiful day, man. I'm just looking out the window here. It is sunny. It is beautiful. And it's going to be a beautiful fall day here in Detroit, Michigan. They're talking sunshine, high upper 60s, almost 70. And I was just sitting here, like I said, man, I was ready to roll, man. I was ready to hit the gym. Oh, look at this. We got our little friends here joining. We got Groot and there's his boy Rocket here. There we go. Um, but yeah, like I said, I was supposed to be at the gym. And I was like, well, the next step of the day is going to go grab some breakfast and go to church. But I got a little bit of time, so I was like, well, I could just kind of chill out with the Wonder Dog Susie, and just watch some TV and relax for a little bit, or could jump on here and say hello. So that's what I decided to do, and also, just sitting here going through a bunch of stuff. It's like I said, with all of us, life in general, man, there's a lot going on every single day. No matter what it is, who you are, what you're doing, every single day is an adventure. And I can honestly say mine is. And, just going through stuff, I just kind of putting things in order here. I just going back, I want a huge, huge shout out and a thank you to my brother, Coach Tony Morrissey. Um, for numerous reasons. Obviously, just for being who he is and his amazing wife, Mimi, and their incredible family, their amazing foundation, the Brian Cody Brothers and Sisters Foundation, for all they do. And letting me be a part of that was such a huge honor. I was asked to be a guest speaker at their event, and I tell you what, the people, the pride, the love, the support, the motivation, and it all stemmed from Tony and Mimi and the whole family, and it just spread through the whole crowd. So thank you for letting me be a part of that, and just for being who you are and your family and the love, and of course just being on the show, sharing your stories and everything that you've done as well. But also, Coach is just an incredible person, working with ESPN and Disney, and the opportunities. The I still, am pinching myself. As far as the stuff going on with ESPN, and literally sitting at Sports Center's desk, literally sitting there where all these amazing people sat, was just something I will never forget. And the opportunities that have been opened since then, thank you so much for that. I will never forget it. And since we're on the whole ESPN subject, also want to give a huge shout out to seven-time Emmy Award winning producer Dave Stevens, who was a guest on the show. And all I can say is go check him out. Check him out on, go ahead, Google his name, man. Dave Stevens, ESPN, Dave Stevens, My Fight Our War, and it's just mind blowing. Dave was born without any legs, and he has done more in his life than people who have, all their limbs. He has never let anything slow him down. He has never taken no for an answer. He has just pushed and pushed and pushed. And he also, at the Brian Cody Brothers and Sisters Foundation, was doing a lot of the editing of the different speakers, the entertainment that was going on, and which I was a part of. So thank you for that, Dave. And really looking forward to moving forward with Coach, with Tony Morrissey, with Dave. Definitely see, getting back down to ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut. So we will see what happens. You know what? One day at a time, one step at a time. But just definitely counting my blessings right now, right here, right now. And speaking of counting my blessings, look at who popped on with us, and that's my brother Tyler Thompson. How you doing, man? Tyler, for those of you, I'm sure you guys know who Tyler is. You'll see him on the show all the time, man. He'll be popping in with his comments. But not only that, Tyler is host of his own show, Knocking Out Addiction. And I had the privilege of being on his show, and we're still working things out because there's so much involved that we're going to do a part 2. So we're going to get that together as far as your schedule and my schedule, and we're going to make it happen. So you have a great day, Tyler, and thank you for all you do. And that goes for everybody, man. No matter what it is, you're out there helping people. And Aunt Cookies is in the house. Randy Beard, how you doing, man? Good morning, everybody. And what a great way to start the day. Like I said, I totally expected at this time right now to be in the gym lifting some weights and just going to town. But you know what? Things happen. And if not being there today is the worst thing that happens throughout my day today, I'm doing pretty damn good. And you know what? It can't get any better because I'm sitting here with you guys, with Tyler, with Aunt Cookies, with Randy. And Susie, the Wonder Dog, is over there in the doorway right now. She can find a single ray of sunshine and make the most of it. Man, that sounds, very poetic, doesn't it? But that's literally what she does. She loves the sun. I'm on the second floor here at my apartment, and I've got a huge door wall and faces the east. So when the sun comes up, it comes blaring right through. And a lot of times I'll have to close the blinds over a little bit, and they'll get these streams of light coming through, and she will literally follow them. She loves laying in the sun. So Susie the Wonder Dogs is enjoying this beautiful day as well. But let's see, Tyler, what do we got going on? Let's get you on here so I can see what that says. I had a blast with Thomas, and yes, this week I'm off tomorrow, Wednesday, and Saturday. Well, I tell you what, you know the rules when it comes to scheduling anything as far as guests being on or me being a guest on shows. You have to go through OG, man, because I have been known to, let's just say, overschedule, and I just say yes. It's like, okay, hey man, you want to come on your show? And I want to tell my story. Can I do it on Tuesday? Sure. And then I'll let her know that. So we got a guest on Tuesday. She's like, oh, that's good. We're going to be in New York. And actually, we're going to be on a plane heading to New York. So we'll make that happen, Tyler. But yeah, Cookie, I hope all's well with you. It was great meeting you at the Brian Cody Foundation, man. It was I was just talking about that a little bit, about Coach and Mimi and all the amazing people there. And just what an absolutely amazing time it was. But other than that, man, I'm just going to enjoy this beautiful day. I do believe, I keep looking outside, man. It's just literally just the bluest sky. And that sun is just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I mean, you can't help but smile. Well, and you can smile a little more because I'm looking down at that garage where, yeah, my girl's in there. The Harley's sitting there, and I can I'm pretty sure it's a safe bet to say that I'm going to be riding that baby today. Oh, Randy, what do you got going on here? Randy, I'm grateful today because I'm bowling in a pro tournament and I don't have to drink today while I'm there. Learn to have fun sober. You know what, Randy? That is so true. And first of all, congratulations on doing that because to get to that level, obviously, is is a very hard thing to do. So congratulations on making it to that level, to the pro tournament. Um, and what else you said is even more so important. While I'm there, you don't have to drink because you're having fun sober. I'll never forget telling my story. Um, People asked me when the doctors came in and said, "Manny, your organs all shut down. You're going to be dead in less than 6 weeks." If I was afraid, if I started crying, how did I react? And I literally had no reaction. At that point, I was just done. And I said the only time that I actually was scared was a week later when they all came in my room and said, "You're going to live." And you're going to live, but don't even think about drinking. Don't even think of alcohol or liquor. Don't even look at a bottle. And that's when the fear set in because I was like, well, how am I going to act? Just like you said, Randy, I was like, well, I'm just going to go home. I'm going to be a little troll in the basement and never come up. And that's it. That's going to be the rest of my life because I don't know how to act any other way. How am I going to go to the bars with my buddies? How am I going to go to sporting events? How am I going to go to casinos? How am I going to go out riding with all my Harley buddies in the club and do all these things? Because with the one came the other, and all of a sudden it was like one step at a time, one day at a time. It was like this. This is, and I am doing everything sober, and first of all, it's great because you remember it and you're not waking up the next day and feeling like hell. You're remembering it, you're enjoying it, you're taking everything in instead of the next day having to do a recall to okay, let's see. We all know the checklist. Checklist one, you wake up. Okay, that is my ceiling. That's good. Step two, you go to the window, you look outside. Okay. Yeah. Yep. I'm not parked on the grass. My truck's home. Step three. Oh shit. Go check it to make sure it's not smashed up. And so on and so on. And then try to remember everything you did last night to the point where you're asking your buddies, man, that was pretty crazy when we did this, this, and this. And then yeah, after that just went home. It's like, went home. We didn't go home, man. We hit two other bars. What? And you just don't even remember them. And here we are now, Randy, and we are enjoying the moment, but not only the moment, the aftermath, being able to share that clearly with family and friends and enjoying every moment of it. So, Randy, good luck at the event. And drunk me, terrible bowler, sober me, pro. Well, Randy, the one thing I do have to say in alcohol's defense, sober Manny, terrible bowler, drunk Manny, not as terrible bowler. But I get you though, man. Tyler, what do you got going on up here? With me, I had to take everything 1 second at a time at the very beginning of my recovery. That's it, brother. I mean, hey, there is no time frame when it comes to this, folks. We all know that. We know that. There is no, okay, today is Sunday, October the whatever it is, the 11th, 12th, whatever it is right now. Okay, by Tuesday at noon, I have to be at this point of my life. At Wednesday, I have to be doing this. I mean, don't get me wrong; it's great to have goals. We need goals to structure, have things to strive for, but don't set yourself up for failure, man. We have enough stress on ourselves every day, just with life in general, man. Not even including recovery. We all have issues that we deal with, man. I put that in my post last night. I was sitting there just thinking about a lot of things in life, um, and how mine in the past, uh, a lot of it was frustration for me, um, because no matter what happened with me in the past, good, bad, or ugly, and with my past, it was usually bad and ugly. I always wanted to know why. Why did this happen? Why didn't it happen? Why me? Why not me? All these whys, why, why? And all it did was made me more crazy and insane and more irritable. And um, now, you know, I have to do what my faith is. And I have to know that what is meant to be is meant to be. And that being said, you know, it might be something that is very hurtful to me, very upsetting, makes me angry. Because I don't get it. You're on the right track, and then all of a sudden you're throwing a curveball, and all of a sudden you're off track, you're off path, you're hitting speed bumps. All these things are happening. It's like, why? What's going on? What did I do? You know what? It's because it was meant to. It was meant to happen. This path was not the path that you're supposed to be on. It was this path, or this was the path, but now we're also going to throw in a roundabout for you to have you maybe circle back and maybe pick up some of the things you missed on the first time around. Man, that actually sounded pretty good there too. I got to write this shit down. Um, Donald, how you doing, brother? Man, awesome. I love your posts uh, out there deer hunting, man. Thank you. There's a lot of happy places for me, but being out in the woods is right up there, man. Okay. Amber Shenanigator, how you doing, Amber? Amber, I know I told you I was going to try to get on last night with things that were going on. I just could not do it. I'm sorry about that, but I hope things are going good for you, man, and getting better every single day. Lori, my Athens, Alabama family, how you doing, Lori? Let's see. I still have moments where it's 1 second at a time. Thank you, Amber. What the hell is going on? Amber, it's me. Expect the unexpected, man. Just to fill you in, Amber, at this very moment, I am supposed to be at Powerhouse Gym working out. And I was all dressed, ready to go, ready to hit the door. And actually was grabbing some of the Wonder Dog, Susie the Wonder Dog's litter. And let's just say when I grabbed the box and moved, you guys know that I have issues with my back. My back said, no, you are not going to the gym. So just sit down and either sit on your ass and watch a little bit of the news before you go to breakfast and then go to church, or hop on here with my amazing, awesome family. And that's where we are now. And Shenanigator, but you are never in the studio this early. Well, that's because I actually do get a day and a half off sometimes. And this is what this is. I'm off today. That's why I'm in the studio, not in the car. OG is she's working out today. And along with the rest of our Powerhouse family, um, we're going to actually start doing some stuff there too, because we were doing um, little videos from the gym, from our Powerhouse, the Rat Pack, all of our gym rat family at Powerhouse. And I want to give a huge shout out to Bernie and Carol, very good friends of Powerhouse Gym, part of the family. October the 7th, Bernie and Carol celebrated their 64th wedding anniversary. and they both are at the gym at least 4 to 5 days a week, and are just the best people. They're so nice. And Bernie and Carol, they are full of life, full of energy, and they're so damn funny. One time I walked in and Carol had her hand wrapped, and I look over and I see Bernie with a band aid, billow bandage on his face. And I was like, what the shit? And I look over at Carol, I'm like, Carol, and I looked at her hand and she goes like this. Like, and then I go, yeah, but and I look at Bernie and she goes like that and started laughing. Well, she ended up tweaking her wrist a little bit, and Bernie had a little issue with some tissue he had to have removed from his face. And that's why he had that on, but it was perfect timing. And then another time, same thing. She came in with that hand wrapped, but this time there was no Bernie. And I was like, what the shit? I go, Carol, where's Bernie? She goes, at the dentist. It's like, you knocked his teeth out. But seriously, man, Carol and Bernie over at Powerhouse, 64 years married together. And when I was talking to Bernie, I mean, they are so damn funny. He goes, Manny, it's been 64 years. And then he goes, I would like to say 64 happy years. And then he goes like this, looked around. He goes, Manny, I said, I would like to say that. And they're both laughing and just talking to them. And, they raised 3 kids together. And this was just yesterday, Bernie. We were talking, and he said, yeah, of course we had our moments, 64 years. Who wouldn't? And, but he said, you handle them together. And he goes, the thing nowadays is things get rough. And as he kept saying, the younger generation, it's easy just to walk away and give up and quit. And I'm like, who are you talking to, brother? That you just described me in a nutshell. I mean, you just described so many people in recovery when we first started going down this road of recovery of, what, this is too hard, I can't do it, I'm going to give up. And we see what happens when we don't give up. All of us, Amber, Donald, Randy, Tyler, Lori, and Cookie, all of us, we see what happens when you don't give up. And for Bernie, you know, it just meant I just love talking to people that are a lot older than me, just listening to their stories, their experiences, their knowledge. They lived it, man. You're not reading a freaking book or all that, which I just don't like reading, whatever. But hearing it from people who lived it, I love that. So congratulations to Carol and Bernie for 64 years of marriage. All right. Other than that, let's see. Donald's been dealing with a pulled back. Yeah, it's from pulling those big old deer out of the woods. You know what? I have no pity for you, Donald. I'm just old with a broken down body. You were out there deer hunting. I mean, that's God's country. And I absolutely love being in the woods. There's nothing, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for all the people out there, and you don't even have to be a hunter, man. You could just love nature and this beautiful world that God made for us. Being out in the woods, it's like being in church for me. And just walking through, and I'll never forget. You guys know Jerry, my brother Jerry, who actually died in my arms. Um, the year after he died, I took his rifle and I went deer hunting. I took his rifle. He was hunting with me, and I remember that day walking through the woods. It was about 5 in the morning. Maybe it was pitch black. It was cold. It was snowing a little bit. And just walking through, all you hear is the crunch of the leaves in the snow. I get to my blind. I sat down, and all of a sudden, this breeze comes up, and you could hear it before you feel it. And it's just very strange out there. and the sun comes up, and I'm in this clearing, and here comes this beautiful sunrise, and I'm sitting there holding Jerry's gun, just looking up at this beautiful scenery that I'm in, and then it starts snowing. Big, big, big flakes, just snow like a snow globe. And I just looked up, and it was the most beautiful, surreal feeling I've ever had in my life. It was I looked down at the gun, and it was like I was holding Jerry again. And I was never so happy. Even I, didn't have my brother, having a part of him that he held, and just being out in the woods, and just your mind just goes, and mine goes all the time, 24/7. But just thinking so many things. Um, and in my past, it was usually a lot of things that just made me pissed and angry and negative. And now, just focusing on all the positive things that are going on. And do we still have things that happen in our life? Of course, it's called life. But you know what, folks? It's not that bad. When you take a step back, and as we all said, that like for me, my faith is I just have to let go, let God. I have to know that it's God's will, not mine. It's God's time, not mine. I stopped worrying about why, and just enjoying what is, or stopped what could have been, or what might be, or what all these things, what if, and what this, what no, no, it doesn't matter. It's what is right now, sitting here in this beautiful studio, sitting here with all of you, man. Just love you guys. Cassie, how you doing, Cassie? You are getting older in a few weeks. I am. There's a couple birthdays. We got the uh, actually OGs and mine are both the end of October, and very fitting. For those of you who are familiar with Devil's Night, October 30th we had here in Detroit, which they now refer to as Angels Night, but October 30th was always known as Devil's Night, where all the little goblins like me and my cousins and friends, when we were little kids, would go out and soap windows, toilet paper trees and houses and all this stuff, until it got to the point they started burning down the city. But yeah, but back to Aunt Cookies. Yes, I am going to be 40 years old on Devil's Night. 40, yeah, shit. Well, we know that's not true. Um, Tyler, I really enjoy hiking. It's another addiction of mine. Well, you know what? If we're going to have addictions, that's a damn good one to have. Kevin's in the house. Kevin, how you doing, man? You have a great day, you and that amazing family of yours, and your son, and hockey and all that good stuff. Hope you have a great, great weekend. It's so funny. Me too, the 20th. All right. And Cookie, the 20th. Happy pre birthday to you. And as I said, Cassie, big hugs and love to you too. It's good to see you here with us. I hope you have a great day. You got me and Groot and Rocket, and you even got Amber's sunflower over there in the corner. And the shenanigator herself, Amber, he got me something, but I can't remember what the hell it was. Oh yeah, memory mints, which they're somewhere. I can't. They were actually in here. I think Susie, she has a tendency of knocking shit all over the place. She'll jump up here and plays hockey on the studio table here. But but Cassie, it's great to see you too. But other than that, guys, like I said, just a slight change of plans for me today. But you know what? Again, why? It doesn't matter why. All that matters is what's going on at the moment. And today is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Going to be leaving here in a little while. I am going to, let's see, from here, Apple which our Apple a restaurant that we always hit after the gym and before church for me, is closing down. Yep. my waffles and French toast and omelet. We are going to have to find somewhere new because Sheets truck stop, gas station, whatever it is taking over. So the sheet literally hit the fan. So Sheets is moving in, tearing down the buildings, and but anyways, like I said, after this, I'm gonna go grab some breakfast. After that, I am headed to church. After that, I'm down to Father Solana Center in Detroit. It's going to be a beautiful day to be out there. They've got this beautiful, gorgeous courtyard that I'm going to go down. In fact, I'll do a live down there so you guys can see exactly how beautiful it is down there. Um, it was a very special place for you guys. Remember Sydney, my brother Sydney, who unfortunately passed away. That place, he was there every day. The Father Solanus Casey Center meant the world to Sydney, and everyone there. I mean, Sydney meant the world to them. And I've showed you before the candles that you could buy a candle and put it out there and light it and say prayers for whoever your intentions are for. And when I first met Sydney, um, Sydney had a lot of challenges as well. Long story short, when I first saw him, probably 10 years ago or plus more, I can't remember exactly how long it was, at the Wednesday healing masses down there. The first thing you would notice is he had an extremely bad walking pattern. To me, being in the medical field and stuff, I thought he had cerebral palsy, is the way it looked. There you go again, assuming, right? And we know what that is. I'd see him week after week after week. And one day I finally said, screw this. I went up and introduced myself, said hi. And I'm so glad I did. I didn't have nearly enough time to spend with him before he passed away. But the time I did, I'll never forget. And come to find out, he did not have CP. He was born a preemie. He was in a small little VW bug down somewhere down south. I thought he said Alabama. Um, and it was hit by a semi, and they thought he was dead. They pretty much just gave up on him. Well, he didn't die. And, he faced a lot of challenges, including addiction that we talked about, and we became brothers. I'd see him down there. Sydney had a way about him. At times, he could be very intimidating because he did have some issues because of the accident. One minute you'd be talking to him, he'd be just like us, talking very coherent, very, he was fine. And then the next time, I mean, he'd be out there and just rambling and getting loud. And so some people were a little apprehensive about talking to him. So when it came to it, he'd always say hi to everyone, and people would do the real quick hi and just keep on walking, even when he wanted to talk. Well, I was like, screw that. So every time I saw him, I go, you know what, let's go. I buy him lunch. I buy him, depending on the day, what I would buy him. If he remembered his teeth, I'd buy him a sandwich. If he didn't, I'd buy him soup. And Sydney had a three-wheeled tricycle, a bicycle that was so dilapidated, it was actually thrown out into garbage, that someone found it and gave it to him, so he could get around because he had such a hard time walking. And he had a basket in the back of it where he could put the candles, because when they would burn down at Father Slash, he would take them once they burned all the way down, take them in and make room. But he'd always say, I would always check, because if any of the candles burned out, Manny, he goes, it was my job to relight those candles. So the people who lit them, their wishes and prayers would continue to go to heaven. And I miss Sydney. He's just an amazing man. But I'll never forget one day seeing him, and he was walking down the street, barely. Why? I mean, he was such in pain the way he had to walk. I'm like, where's your bike? And he was all upset. Someone stole his bike that literally, you could probably just put out in most places and people would push it out of the way. Someone stole it. Well, as you guys may have seen back in the day, we were like, no, my fighter war. We're like, no, that ain't gonna happen. So myself and OG um, purchased a new bike and took it down there for him and surprised him with it. And you would have thought that he got a Harley, and he loved that bike. But it was a very special place for Sydney. So when I go down there now, I like to spend a little extra time and think about him. So that's the list for today after church is down there to spend some quality time. And then from there, it's go see mom time and the Lions for the Lions fan. We are tonight at 8:20. So get to watch our Lions play. Unfortunately, our Tigers gave a valiant effort the other night, 15 innings. So God bless you, boys. Thank you for a hell of an effort. Um, but to Amber, to everybody, man, I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day. Enjoy every moment. And I hope you all know that it's moments like this, sitting here, just seeing your names and just a hello. It means a lot. It really does. And that's not just blowing smoke up your ass because uh, I don't do that. If you don't want to hear the truth, oh, there goes Susie. See, hey, there's Susie. Hey, baby. Susie's making her debut. Here you go. Yeah, Susie and Groot. So she every now and then she likes her camera time. There's my girl. That's my baby. Here I've had pit bulls my whole life. I've had rescue pits, and this little thing here is unbelievable. As you know, she is Susie, not the cat. She is Susie the Wonder Dog. So I think she's telling me she wants some treats because it's getting close to that time. So me and Susie the Wonder Dog, along with Groot, Rocket, the Sunflower, and wherever my memory mints are. Um, Thank you guys again for sharing a little bit of time with us. And I hope you have a great day. Enjoy. And we will probably be going on. I don't think it'll be later tonight just because of very important things are happening. Let's right, the Lions. But you know what? Who knows? Maybe we will. If not, definitely be on tomorrow. And again, to Coach, to Tony Morrissey, and all of you guys over at ESPN that allowed someone to live out a dream, and she's had enough. So, oh, she's attacking the camera. If the mic or camera happen to just go, that's because she is acting like the producer and saying time to cut. So, all right, I gotta fly. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. I love you. Remember, addiction's only a word. It's not a death sentence. Keep fighting a good fight. And yes, the best is yet to come.